Guys, this is Chris with Rekkid Talk. So we've got another episode of I Buy Old Records, and again, it's I Buy Old 7-inch records. So again, the theme here is that most of these records came from the crazy, chaotic, good antique store where I'm getting them five for $1. Not all of them. There are some that I picked up one here or there in other places. I even got a couple out of a Goodwill, and I almost never get anything out of a Goodwill. Stuff I was getting for like $1 each. I'm just gonna go through them. I don't have it noted down. I got this one for 20 cents. I got this one for $1 because you don't really care. But they're all stuff I got inexpensively. And again, I've picked up a lot of these, and instead of doing them all in one humongously too long video, been breaking up into genres. So this one's basically going to be jazz, R&B, soul, funk, and disco. So we'll start off with the 1950s. And I do remember that all five of these did come from the Crazy Chaotic Good Antique Store. So I have a Louis Armstrong collection of stuff from the 50s that I got for $1 each. They're all on the Deca label, everything from 1952 through 1949 through 1956. So this one would be from 49, although the original song was 49. I think this was a repress from sometime in the 50s. Discogs is a little bit unsure. But we got Louis Armstrong and Gordon Jenkins and his orchestra with That Lucky Old Sun, and then Blueberry Hill on the back. And we've got this one's in the original Deca Company sleeve. I Laughed at Love and Takes Two to Tango on the back. So you got a Deco logo on one side. You've got a few of the many great Deca albums being advertised here on the back side. So you got like Bing Crosby and Guy Lombardo and Al Jolson and selections from the musical Oklahoma. Um, then this one is Muskrat Ramble. So you got jazz, big band, Dixieland, um, sort of stuff that was, of course, popular then. Muskrat Ramble, Someday You'll Be Sorry. These are all Unbreakable 45 RPM records. This is Skokian. I'm not sure the correct pronunciation. It stands for South African song. And so parts one and part two, and then Baby Your Sleep is showing. Nice little pun there. And so there's sort of an instant little Louis Armstrong collection for me. And let's totally shift gears. Now remember, this one did come from one of the other antique stores. So we've got, you can barely, you can't really see it. These epic labels in the part of the dark blue, they kind of fade and it's hard to see. But that's Off the Wall by Michael Jackson. So this is going to be some pop stuff. We've got Pointer Sisters, Fire from 78. Off the Wall was from 79. We got a couple Daryl Hall and John Oates. So we've got She's Gone on the Atlantic Gable for Your Blue-Eyed Soul. And this song originally came out in 1973. I always thought it was newer than that. I remember, of course, Hall and Oates with their big hits in the 80s. And one of the ones from 1981, Kiss on My List, on the RCA label. I got there, so I guess they switched labels at some point. And then let's go through a bunch of soul records. Most of these were again in the five for $1 range. We've got Lorraine Ellison, If I Had a Hammer, in this Warner Brothers sleeve. So again, I didn't get many from the Crazy Chaotic Antique Store in original labels, but some of them I did. So you got this orangish Warner Brothers. There's a hole drilled through it, so it must have been a promo. We got Staggo Lee by Wilson Pickett, Atlantic label. This one I didn't know. This next couple I didn't know the band, but the labels were too cool. I had to get them. So we've got the Honeycomb, on Hot Wax Records. So this song's called Wanads from 1971. Basically, sort of a female soul group. And then the next one is going to be by Five Stair Steps in QB on the Kurtome record. Baby Makes Me Feel So Good. And I noticed the songwriter and the producer were Curtis Mayfield in that Kurtome label. So obviously these were some people that Curtis Mayfield obviously was involved in their career. I picked up a few Stax. Anytime I saw something from Stax there, I figured that this is probably something I should get. We've got an Albert King from 1968, I Love Lucy. So some blues. We've got Little Milton, That's What Love Will Make You Do, 1971. So you can see Stax changed their logo. This one's on the same logo from 1973. Johnny Taylor, Cheaper to Keep Her. Then, of course, we've got some heavy hitters here. Aretha Franklin. Yeah, I'll always buy an Aretha Franklin single for 20 cents. The Thrill Is Gone is on the other side. And Marvin Gaye, same deal. This one is Troubleman on the Tamla label. And Al Green, I'm Still in Love with You. Again, these black labels that kind of fade out and they're not so easy to see. I don't really know much about Millie Jackson, but this looked like something to get on the Spring label. If Loving You Is Wrong, I Don't Want to Be Right. This is from 74. All those ones by Aretha and Marvin and Al were from the early 70s as well. Here was another blind buy. Mighty Clouds of Joy on the Peacock label. Heavy Load and I'll Be Alright. So this is Black Gospel from 1973. And I'll put that away later. We've got the Stylistics. This purple label fades badly, but it's called Rock and Roll Baby from 1973. Some labels, just the print on them, hold up much better than others. Then we're going to get more into some funk and disco with the next batch here. Ohio Players, Skin Type on Mercury. LTD, Back in Love Again on A&M. On T-Neck here. Harvest for the World by the Isley Brothers on the T-Neck label. This is from 76. Daz with Brick on the Bang label from 77. Heatwave, Always and Forever on a totally 70s looking Epic label from 77. Chic Le Freak, Red and Black Atlantic label from 78. Celebration by Kool and the Gang, D-Light label, 1980. We got, what else do we got come up here? The Gordy label, we've got Rick James. I think I showed this one on another video. And again, this is one of those labels where it's hard to see the print unless you on the screen. But that's Super Freak from 1981. We got this promo of Summertime Fun by Vicky Sue Robinson's for 82. So this was after she had her hits. They were, I guess, trying to get her started again. Here's a fairly late Donna Summer song, She Works Hard for the Money from 1983. Sort of the 80s looking Mercury label. But then this was an oddity. This is from 1991. Somebody named Lynn White on SOH Records with a song called My Sex Machine. So I figured I had to buy that. And so that's going to be sort of it for this particular video, right in under 10 minutes.